Life goes on day after day.
15 forgotten fads from the 1960s that must have slipped your mind. We'll kick off with the hippie movement, where peace and love took center stage with colorful flower power and groovy vibes. From psychedelic rock and lava lamps to miniskirts and Beatlemania, these fads defined a decade. Join us as we revisit these iconic trends and uncover what made them so unforgettable. Hippies appeared in the 1960s as a response to mainstream American culture, rejecting materialism and promoting peace and love. They were known for their long hair, bright clothing, and accessories like puka shells. The slogan, "Make love, not war," captured their strong opposition to the Vietnam War. Hippies experimented with drugs like marijuana, mushrooms, and LSD, while embracing Eastern religions and philosophies. They gathered in places like Greenwich Village in New York and Haight-Ashbury in San Francisco. The movement greatly influenced music, art, and culture. By the 1970s, it started to decline due to commercialization, the end of the Vietnam War, and disillusionment with drugs. But its values still inspire new generations. Did the decline of the hippie movement affect other iconic trends? Before we move on, make sure to like and subscribe. Let's dive into the rise and fall of the mesmerizing lava lamp. The lava lamp, invented by Edward Craven Walker in 1963, became a symbol of the 1960s counterculture. Walker got the idea from a homemade egg timer he saw in a pub and developed it using a bottle, water, wax, and a light bulb. Initially called the Astro Lamp, it was sold in the U.S. as the Lava Light and became popular for its mesmerizing, psychedelic effect, selling millions by the late 1960s. Priced at around $20, it was a popular item for creating a groovy atmosphere. By the late 1970s, changing tastes and the decline of the hippie movement caused sales to drop, but you can still find them selling today. The lava lamp captured the 60s, but did fashion follow? Let's explore how bell-bottoms shaped the style of that era. Bell-bottoms, which are trousers that widen from the knees down, have an interesting history. They were first worn by sailors in the early 19th century because they were practical for working on ships. By the 1960s, bell-bottoms became a major fashion trend, starting in London and quickly spreading to Europe and North America. Celebrities like Sonny and Cher helped make them famous by wearing them on television. These pants were usually made from denim or colorful fabrics and were paired with platform shoes. Bell-bottoms captured the rebellious spirit of the 1960s. By the late 70s, their popularity faded as fashion moved towards more fitting and streamlined styles, influenced by punk rock and the trend for tighter clothing. As bell-bottoms faded from fashion, what musical movement captured the era? Let's explore the rise of psychedelic rock. Psychedelic rock started in the mid-1960s, heavily influenced by hallucinogenic drugs like LSD and marijuana. This genre sought to capture and enhance the mind-bending effects of these substances through music. Bands such as the Beatles, Pink Floyd, and the Grateful Dead led the way, using creative techniques like feedback, electronic effects, and surreal lyrics. Psychedelic rock quickly became the anthem of the counterculture movement, reaching its peak during the 1967 Summer of Love and the 1969 Woodstock Festival. It gained massive popularity with albums like The Beatles, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, becoming cultural icons. By the early 1970s, the genre started to decline as musical tastes changed, and laws against psychedelic drugs intensified. As psychedelic rock faded, how did its vibrant spirit continue? Let's explore the colorful world of tie-dye next. Tie-dye is a bright and colorful fabric dyeing technique that became a key symbol of the 1960s counterculture. Although this method has ancient roots in India and Japan, it gained popularity in the United States during the late 1960s. The process involved twisting, folding, or crumpling fabric, and then applying dyes to make unique patterns. Tie-dye was especially popular with hippies, who loved its vibrant psychedelic designs as a way to express themselves and challenge mainstream fashion. Celebrities such as Janis Joplin and Jimi Hendrix played a big role in making it famous. Despite its initial popularity, tie-dye started to decline in the 1970s as fashion moved towards more understated and minimalist styles. After exploring tie-dye's colorful history, what other 60s fashion statement reshaped style? Let's explore the rise of the iconic miniskirt. Miniskirts, a bold fashion trend from the 1960s, were popularized by British designer Mary Quant. Inspired by the lively street style of London, Quant introduced the miniskirt in 1964, naming it after her favorite car, the Mini. The skirt, which ended several inches above the knee, quickly became a symbol of youthful rebellion and freedom. Celebrities like Twiggy and Jean Shrimpton helped make it a key item in women's wardrobes. Miniskirts were seen as both shocking and empowering, reflecting the cultural changes of the time. As fashion trends shifted toward longer, more modest styles in the early 1970s, the popularity of miniskirts declined. Miniskirts represented a vibrant era of change, but what symbols truly captured the spirit of the 1960s counterculture? Let's explore the peace symbol and flower power. The peace symbol, created in 1958 by British artist Gerald Holtham, became a powerful icon for the anti-nuclear and peace movements. Its straightforward design, which merges the semaphore signals for N, nuclear, and D, disarmament, resonated worldwide. The term flower power, introduced by beat poet Allen Ginsberg in 1965, represented peaceful resistance during the Vietnam War. Hippies embraced this idea by wearing and distributing flowers at protests and decorating public spaces with them, promoting peace and love. Both symbols surged in popularity during the 1960s, reflecting the ideals of the counterculture. Could the surge of peace and love during the 60s have influenced the rise of Beatlemania? Let's explore how the Beatles' impact changed the world. Beatlemania was a term used to describe the wild excitement surrounding the Beatles, a British rock band, from 1963. It started in the UK with popular songs like Please Please Me and She Loves You. The Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, became incredibly famous, and their popularity soared after they appeared on The Ed Sullivan Show in 1964, which was watched by 73 million Americans. This craze was marked by screaming fans, sold-out concerts, and intense media coverage. Their music and style impacted fashion, culture, and politics. Beatlemania has resonated throughout the decades as millions of people still love the Beatles today. Just as Beatlemania captivated the world with its revolutionary fervor, could another toy have captured the same magical charm? Let's explore the fascinating rise of Chatty Cathy. Chatty Cathy was a popular talking doll created by Ruth and Elliot Handler, founders of Mattel, and introduced in 1960. This innovative doll featured a pull-string mechanism that allowed it to speak one of 11 phrases, and later expanded to 18. Chatty Cathy quickly became a sensation, ranking just below Barbie in popularity during the 1960s. The doll's voice was provided by June Foray, a well-known voice actress. Available in various versions, including different hair colors and an African-American model, Chatty Cathy enjoyed success at first. By 1965, production ended as the novelty of the talking feature wore off, and newer toys and changing consumer tastes led to its decline. But even today, people still use the phrase Chatty Cathy to describe an overly social person. Chatty Cathy's popularity waned by the mid-1960s. Could vibrant black light posters capture the new era? Let's explore the psychedelic shift. Blacklight posters became a popular trend in the late 1960s, especially within the counterculture and psychedelic movements. These posters used fluorescent inks that glowed under ultraviolet light, creating bright, attention-grabbing visuals. The Switzer brothers, who founded Dayglow Color Corp., developed these fluorescent inks in the 1930s, but it wasn't until the 1960s that artists started using them for posters. Blacklight posters displayed psychedelic art, music icons, and social and political messages. They were commonly used in dimly lit rooms at parties and concerts, enhancing the experience for those under the influence of hallucinogenic drugs. The trend faded by the mid-1970s as the counterculture movement waned and new forms of entertainment emerged. As the blacklight poster craze faded, how did British bands redefine the music scene? Let's explore the British invasion's impact. In the mid-1960s, the British invasion was a major cultural event when British rock and pop bands became extremely popular in the United States. It all started with the Beatles arriving in New York City on February 7, 1964, which paved the way for other British bands like the Rolling Stones, The Who, and the Kinks. These groups introduced a new sound influenced by American rock and roll, rhythm and blues, and skiffle. The British invasion had a big impact on American music, fashion, and culture, with its energetic performances, catchy tunes, and rebellious attitude. Many bands from the time are still beloved to this day. Just as the British invasion transformed music, what fashion statement followed? Let's explore the iconic go-go boots next. Go-go boots were introduced in the mid-1960s by French designer André Courreges. These boots, originally white, low-heeled, and reaching mid-calf, were designed to fit the era's futuristic fashion. They quickly became a symbol of the mod subculture and gained popularity through celebrities like Nancy Sinatra, who wore them while performing "These Boots Are Made for Walkin'." Go-go boots were frequently paired with miniskirts and dresses, becoming a key part of young women's fashion. As the 1970s approached, the trend declined as fashion moved towards more natural and bohemian styles. The bright colors and synthetic materials of go-go boots fell out of favor, leading to their replacement by other footwear trends. As go-go boots faded from the scene, what whimsical trend followed? Let's explore the colorful world of troll dolls. Troll dolls, also known as Dam dolls, were created by Danish woodcutter Thomas Dam in 1959. These quirky dolls, with their wild hair and silly faces, were inspired by Scandinavian folklore trolls. Initially carved from wood, they were later made from plastic and became very popular in the early 1960s. Troll dolls were marketed as good luck charms and quickly gained popularity in both the United States and Europe. Their charm lay in their unique, whimsical look and the belief that they brought good fortune. Even after their initial craze, troll dolls have had various comebacks in the 1970s and 1990s, and even inspired movies in the 2010s. Could troll dolls have influenced other iconic trends? Let's explore the rise of surf music next.
If everybody had an ocean across the universe, then everybody.
Surf music began in the late 1950s in Southern California, reflecting the surf culture of the time. Pioneered by artists like Dick Dale, who was known as the king of the surf guitar, the genre featured a distinctive reverb-heavy guitar sound. The Beach Boys helped popularize surf music with their harmonious vocals and catchy songs. Characterized by upbeat, energetic instrumentals and lyrics celebrating surfing, cars, and beach life, surf music soared in popularity in the early 1960s, with hits such as Surfin' USA and Wipeout. By the mid-1960s, the British invasion, led by bands like the Beatles, shifted musical taste towards rock and roll, leading to a decline in surf music. Surf music made waves in the 60s. How did Barbie follow? Let's explore her impact next. Barbie dolls were first introduced in 1959 by Ruth Handler, a co-founder of Mattel. Inspired by a German doll named Bill Lilly, Barbie quickly became a symbol of the ideal American girl with her stylish clothes and wide range of careers. Originally marketed as a teenage fashion model, Barbie has since taken on various roles, from astronaut to doctor, reflecting changes in society and encouraging young girls to aim high. The dolls were extremely popular in the 1960s, selling millions worldwide. By the late 1960s, Barbie faced criticism for unrealistic body standards and materialism. Despite this, Barbie has evolved, now offering more inclusive and diverse options. As we've explored these 15 forgotten fads from the 1960s, which one surprised you the most? Drop your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoyed this trip down memory lane, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more.